am Christopher Gallardo with Pop Alternative. How are you today?
Nice to meet you.
So I am a very, very big FNAF 12, and as a fan, I love making fan fictions about FNAF as a whole. So as you scoured the internet for research for FNAF 2, was there like any specific like fan creation that sort of inspired what you wanted for a specific scene or a specific, I don't know, moment of action in this film?
I don't think there's a specific fan fiction that we, were inspired by or incorporated. Just more that I very much enjoy seeing. It's such a exhibition of extreme talent, I think, from the fan base. I was even just talking to one of the actors the other day about some drawings they had been seeing online. They were like, "These are just amazing," and anyway, it's an incredible wealth of talent that's being posted online. Yeah.
And I also love like the toy animatronics, Toy Chica, Toy Freddy, and Mangle, which I assume had to be like the hardest to assemble.
Yeah.
So just take me to that process of like, what was it like to assemble the animatronics and like Mangle? Because Mangle in the entire games is just the hardest animatronic to construct from scratch.
Yeah. I think early days I was talking to Bobby Bennett, who's the lead designer at Henson, and we were like, how are we going to puppeteer this? Building it was a whole other challenge, but I think that we ended up every time like we were in a full body setup of Mangle. I think we were having upwards of 13 people helping bring him to Mangle to life. So it was this incredible endeavor, but it really paid off. So cool.
I saw the same thing with like Chucky, where you had like everyone in green screen like puppeteering that thing, and I think because when you described it, it feels like the same thing with Mangle in a way.
Similar. I mean, they're both animatronics. I think functioning a little differently, but there were parts that were, basically robot controlled, and then others that were like stick puppeteered, which is a different technique, and then we had wire rigs from our stunt people. I mean, it was just like it was a big collaboration.
Well, I'm glad that Mangle is like, you got Mangle to work in the film, so I'm glad for that. But you've also got Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich here, and the Scream connection it doesn't really feel like a coincidence. So what do they bring to their characters, and will we get to see them sort of butt heads as William Afton or Henry Emily?
I think just the fact that they're in the movie together is such a amazing, cool reunion of sorts. Their characters are not super interactive in this specific film, but you never know what the future is going to bring. So the link is really strong, but I would say that they're both still kind of operating in their own scenes and spheres in this one.
Oh, I love that. And
yeah.
One last question, because I have been dying to ask about the puppet, which is a really integral character for the FNAF franchise as a whole, because the puppet, aka Charlotte Emily, is the franchise's story as having brought these animatronics essentially to life. So as the puppet was teased back in FNAF 1, how does the puppet play a role in Mike and Vanessa's journey?
There's a lot of spoilers in there. I'm not sure how to answer this one, but I would say if you're a fan of the puppet, you got a lot to look forward to. And of course, with Mike and Vanessa and Abby at the heart of the story, there's bound to be some wild crossover between all of them.
Well, I can't wait for the puppet, and I can't wait for potentially the Living Tombstone to also return, because they got such an iconic theme, and those themes have stuck with me the entire life. Is there a specific theme that you also listen to from the Living Tombstone that you really, really love?
Well, we loved the inclusion of, their song in the first movie, so hopefully maybe there'll be something to look forward to in the second one as well.
I can't wait. Yeah. Well, Emma, it's been a wonderful time talking to you. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.